the Ohio State recruiting right now, they're more just picking and choosing than recruiting. They end up landing Travion Henderson, a elite. Do we have him as a 5-star right now?
No, we don't have him. He may be a composite 5-star. In fact, I don't think he's that either. But here's what I've got a prediction. My prediction is that he's pacing towards 5-star status. We'll put it that way. And he is our number one running back in the country. I think he's the number 2 running back in the country, according to 24/7 Sports composite rankings.
Perfect. Okay, so he ends up going to Ohio State over Oklahoma, Virginia Tech. He has like 30 offers, so that really impressive kid, explosive, good size, and like you said, we're not real quick to slap the 5-star tag on everybody in March, but he could get there certainly. Ohio State's class right now, the difference between Ohio State's class and the number 2 class is the same as the difference between the number 20 class and the number 50 class. Like, they are lapping everybody else, and I include Clemson in that, even though Clemson is kind of lapping everybody else not named Ohio State to a certain extent. So this is pretty special. It's almost as if the Buckeyes don't really, like, they're not aware coronavirus is happening. Like, guys, y'all seem to be functioning with, like, no problems, just killing it. And I think a lot of that is they did have such a good head start on this year's class because they had most of last year's hay in the barn, by what, Halloween? I know they had a couple guys down the stretch, but they were pretty much done. They've been working on 2021 for, like, probably solely focused on 2021 for quite a few months now.
Well, and they've become such a national recruiting presence. I mean, this class, just the makeup of the class is so impressive. So they've got, I'm just going to kind of run down the list here to give the casual fan here an idea of who these players are. They got the number 2 strong side defensive end in the country. Okay, he's an Ohio kid. He's a 5-star. Travion Henderson, who, correct myself, he is currently a composite 5-star, number 2 running back in the country according to composite. 5-star quarterback, number 3 pro style in the country, who's Kyle McCord. They've got the number 1 offensive guard in the country, Donovan Jackson. And again, I just mentioned an Ohio kid, a Virginia kid, a Pennsylvania kid, a Texas kid. Marvin Harrison Jr. You may know that name.
Who?
He is another Philly kid who's a wide receiver. He is who you think he is, the son of the Hall of Famer. Reed Carrico, number 2 linebacker in the country. Evan Pryor, the number 6 running back in the country. Again, they already have the number 2. Pryor's from North Carolina. So not only are they getting, like, line of scrimmage elite athletes, they're getting quarterbacks, they're getting guys from all over the country. Like, geographically, this is the way juggernauts recruit right now. And I think the trajectory of this from a program standpoint is, without question, like, Ohio State is going to win a national championship in soon. It's not a matter of if. I really believe it's a matter of when. And they're getting close. Like, even from a roster standpoint, the last few years, like, I think everyone considers this Alabama, Clemson, and as sort of been the teams of the 2010s or whatever. Obviously, LSU cycled up this past year, and it was because LSU has been recruiting at a high enough level. Like, they were ready to cycle up because they had the talent to cycle up. I think Ohio State's ready to cycle up. They have the talent to cycle up. They've been, according to 24/7 Sports Team Talent Composite, which measures the players on your current roster, accounting for attrition and transfers and all that sort of stuff, based on their high school rankings. Ohio State had the number 2 roster in the country this past year, number 1 roster in the country 2 years ago, number 2 roster in the country 3 years ago. Like, they're right there. And now they have a quarterback in Justin Fields who is elite. And now I think they have a coach in Ryan Day who is proving that we already had confidence in his ability to coach, his ability to scheme, his ability to put up points. Now he's showing that he can take the baton from Urban Meyer and he can recruit at this elite level as well. I mean, this is a class that Alabama and Clemson's right there nipping at their heels, but Alabama and Georgia and the other traditional recruiting powers, like, they'd love to have this class. Like, they're jealous of the way these programs are recruiting, and I think that's relevant. That's important.
It is, and I think if you look at this within the Big Ten, and really within their region, they are the only team whose top like realistic goal is national championship year in, year out. Penn State, Michigan, their top realistic goal for the most part is win the conference, make the playoff, right? Like I think that Ohio State has shown enough on the field and especially now off the field in terms of talent acquisition that we can say, okay, they have a realistic shot and should be considered one of the absolute favorites to win the national title. And this might be their best chance, man. Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying for all time, but show me the last year in which an SEC team was not one of the two national title favorites entering the year.
Is Ohio State one of the top two?
Yeah, it's Clemson and Ohio State in most shops that I see.
Yeah.
It's always been an SEC squad and then somebody else typically, or sometimes two SEC squads. This year, it's Ohio State, Clemson, or Clemson, Ohio State.
I mean, I made this comment when Justin Fields was in high school. I said he's going to win a national title. Like how good is he? He's going to win a national title. He is a quarterback that's capable of elevating you to a national title, and it's just a matter of who lands him. And he's at Ohio State. He got Ohio State playoffs in year one. And keep in mind that was year one. And I expected probably when I said that I expected him to be playing three years at some place. He's going to play 2 years as a starter, but year two I think we could see really. I don't know about dramatic because you can't. How dramatic can you get? He was a Heisman Trophy candidate, but I think you could see noticeable development in terms of. And he was already really good, obviously, but I think you could see maybe like an even, like souped up Justin Fields this year, which would be obviously huge for Ohio State. So, yeah, I mean they're going to be tough to beat.